name of the show today is Something on My Mind. Welcome to our winter wonderland. Today in Auburn, California, it's a little bit chilly. It's a little bit chilly in a lot of places right now, and it's holiday time, and there's a lot going on. I freaking love the holidays. I love family time, and I love being with my family and my friends. But somehow every year, doesn't it seem, I don't know if it's just me, but there's always a lot going on. And recently I've asked myself the question, why? Why is this happening? Why is this difficult thing going on right now? I know I'm not alone. I know we all feel that way, and it's not really so much about why, it's about what now. And so I am just here to remind you that I don't know what now. Do you? I get to choose the next best step, the next best thing for me. And maybe right now it's sitting down in my beautiful snowscape and teaching you a little bit of what I know about Pilates. But what's the next best step? Sometimes it's not easy, but finding and taking a moment to look and just ask self, slow down, even as hard as it is, and instead of trying to figure out why, do the next best thing. So today, what now is, let's work our bodies at warming up in this cold, wintry time of year. It's cold today, and I think it's supposed to be 30s. When I came in, they said it was about 37-ish. Was I right on that? 37? Anyways, it's supposed to warm up to 40. Anyways, it's cold here. I'm thankful to live in Auburn, California. I'm gonna face this way. I have family that lives in Minnesota, and it's much colder there. So find things to be thankful for. So I'm gonna start with breathing today, and literally this is part of what I wanna teach you. Start with 3 things that you're really grateful for. I already said one. I'm gonna stretch, I'm gonna reach my arms up nice and tall, and I'm gonna grab onto that one. I'm thankful for living where I live. Stretch that spine nice and long and reach over the legs. I'm keeping my warm boots on because it's just chilly. But I am so grateful to live where I live. Now I'm gonna expand that thought as I keep stretching, because remember, my big thing about fitness is taking the time to not actually just go down real quick and come back up, but to let your body get comfortable in that position. So I'm gonna exhale out here. I'm grateful to live in Little Auburn, California. Why? Oh, because it's a beautiful little town. It's sweet, it's in the country. I'm in California, which is one of the coolest states, I think. Our weather is awesome, and I'm near San Francisco, and I'm on the coast. I get to go to the ocean. But I love our little Auburn. Our Auburn is really unique and special. And I love living here. Okay, I'm gonna reach up for something else. I am thankful today. The TV producer and I just said we're thankful to be alive. Well, yeah, you could be dead. So let's just be thankful to be alive. I'm gonna stretch over one more time. I'm really grateful that I'm alive. Are you? We know some people and have friends who are in really difficult situations. A close friend of mine has somebody he knows very closely who actually has to be suffering in bed all the time, can't get up, can't get out of bed. Maybe some of you are in that right now, and you're watching this show and you're really in a difficult way, or you're sick, or you have something that's really hard to deal with. All right, well, let's stretch, do what we can, and don't ask why, let's ask what now. I'm glad I'm alive. Are you? Reach up nice and tall and long. I told you 3. We're going to do 3. It may seem like work. Yeah, it's work for the body and work for the mind. Reach up tall, all the way up from that tailbone. Don't just lift the shoulders up. Reach all the way up. Lift through the back, because we tend to be walking around like this. I want you to feel that string pulling you up, 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 as tall as you can possibly be on your tailbone. Just sit up tall. And then find one more thing. What's your thing? What are you grateful for? Grab it and hold on to it. I am grateful for my children. I have amazing children. I'm so grateful for them. I'm gonna think about inside my head all the things I'm grateful for each one of them. Exhaling out any pain and sadness and tension we feel in our body or our mind. Staying grateful for those 3 things that you just listed and you thought about. So I just read recently, it was proven at UC Berkeley, that having a feeling of gratitude and then even writing it down has literally changed people's lives. So I encourage you, while we're stretching and while you're watching this, whether it's on YouTube or whether you're watching it on Auburn Community Television or on my enlightenmefitness.com website, I really encourage you, take a moment to think about these beautiful things that you're grateful for, and then if you can, take a moment and write them down. Why? I'm just stretching both directions. And the reason why is it's been proven by science that it can improve your sleep, it can improve your lifestyle, it can cause you to think in a way that actually turns your life in a better direction. So what are you grateful for? Thanksgiving is such a time where we all love it, but sometimes we forget the meaning. We just had a beautiful Thanksgiving week, same thing other side. It's a good reminder. I'm reminded, I don't have to just wait for Thanksgiving to be thankful. Each day I can be grateful. Stretching both sides, taking your time. Make your goal 30-second minimum, each stretching position. When you feel like you need to hurry and you know you're not doing your 30 seconds, part of that is your mind. You don't need to rush this. You deserve to take a moment for you. And the more you do, the more flexible you become on the inside. Boom, there's the mic. Sorry about that. Flexible on the inside, not just the outside. It all works hand in hand. It all works together. Recently, I've been so busy with stuff that I've been the total hypocrite actually. I haven't really taken the time to stretch as much as I would like. I'm gonna turn this way and we're gonna do just a slow roll down. Or maybe I'll face that direction. I'm gonna do a slow roll down just to kind of start warming up my spine. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the boots off as I'm actually okay without them. I'm warming up. Throw those in the snow. Oh, they went in the pond. Dang it, now my boots are wet. All right, we're gonna do a slow roll up, roll down. So I'm gonna get that same tall spine again. And I'm just warming up my spine slowly. Taking a moment to curl it under, chin to chest, and then lift that chin up. I make my spine as long and tall as I can, just slowly warming it up. So I was talking about how I'm a hypocrite, and I already know it, it's okay. And I know the things I need to do, don't we all? We know the things that we need to do, but sometimes we know it up here and we just are busy, or we have a lot going on, and taking a few moments just feels impossible. Well, I can tell you, my husband can tell you, I made myself the other day go downstairs to my little fitness studio and warm up my own self, not for a client. Take some time to sit in front of my heater and get in my little privately little lit area, just my little corner, and do my yoga. And I start off like this. I breathe, I think about what I'm grateful for, I look out the window at the trees, I get a fresh perspective. It only takes about 30 minutes to completely turn my world around. And I have my music on and I just stretch and I do what feels my body really needs. So this whole spine curvature is really when I'm stiff, and it's been weeks that I've just been running from job to thing, my spine just feels stuck, and that's me. I know I'm flexible. I know I was a ballet dancer, but just because I'm flexible doesn't mean it's just gonna stay. In fact, if you don't know my story, then now you're gonna hear it, because basically after I had my 5th kid, I was not flexible at all. I lost it all, so I thought. You give your body a chance to do what it's able to do, and you continue at it each day, it feels so good. It's been a few weeks and I'm super stiff, but it's coming back, and I'm not gonna let that stop me, even though it's tempting. All right, straight legs out again, same thing. This forward fold we did earlier over in the beginning is much easier now. Now down in this low position, I want you to reach your arms forward like you're reaching for a goal. You might not be all the way over there, you might be here. What I want you to do is straight back. So get your forward fold with the straight back. Remember, not reaching over the legs as how far down the leg can I get, but think long spine and tilting from the hips. Even if you have a friend push behind you. Tilting from the hips, reaching forward, going as far as you can, and then eventually you drop those arms and then reach for your goal. Right here, now go ahead and engage the belly button. So this is gonna start waking up the core. I'm in my little room on the floor and I'm just stretching at home. And this is exactly what I do to wake up my body again when I know I need it. Pull a belly button up right now. Even though you're reaching and pushing forward and using all your muscles, lift and pull it up, and then release. So feel that inner core engagement. And release on that exhale. A few of those, you can feel the muscles engage, it's invisible. I'm lifting it up, and then I'm relaxing. Maybe about 10 of those. And then all the way down again. Feels so good. We're gonna transition with the feet going back behind me now to get some other stretch in the hips. Now I'm gonna begin to stretch it down to the hips, taking myself down into child's pose. Now from child's pose, I'm gonna right up into down dog, which is an excellent stretch for the hips and the back and the shoulders. And then I can go back, just a little bit of a flow here. Pilates and yoga are both very similar and yet different. But we can kind of combine both worlds into one. So just taking a moment to stretch the hips and the legs back and forth. All right. And then I'm gonna walk my feet all the way up to a standing position. Feet all the way up. I can let my head hang here for a moment. Oh, that feels nice. And there's two ways to come up here. I can roll up or I can reach those arms up and do flat back all the way up. You guys already know the roll up, so there's the flat, come on up. All right, so just taking a nice wide stance on your mat. And take a moment to just sit down in a squat, put one hand on one knee, and we're gonna lean over and engage core with this stretch. So it's both stretch and pulling belly button in. So we're gonna breathe on the inhale. This takes balance. Maybe you need to, first few times, hold on to something. Leaning over, inhale nice and big, and then exhale. On the exhale, pull belly button in. If you truly do that on the exhale, you'll be amazed at how that brings your core muscles to life. Keep going. Inhale big, exhale, pull it in. You can have your other arm down if it bothers you. You don't want it overhead. It's not necessary to have the arm overhead. What's really important here is every exhale, pull that belly button to your spine. And one more. Good, bring it on up. Wiggle out the hips. Maybe they feel just holding that position, you can really feel it. And same thing, other side. Nice deep squat. All the way over. Thank you, Atwood Video and ACTV. I love the background today. I love being in the beautiful snowy forest. Nice job. You're gonna inhale big and exhale, pull belly button in. Pulling that tummy in every exhale. It takes mental energy as well. Relax the shoulders. Watch that you're not hunching those up like this. Pull them down in your back. Exhale, pull tummy in. Do about five or so, I think is how many I did on the other side. What feels right for you? Pull that tummy in. You'll notice muscles you didn't even realize you had. Last one. And bring it back up. Good job, good job. Whew. Taking time for you, when you go back down again, is really, really, really important. I think you knew I was going to say that. All right. So with the core, I want to start engaging here. We're going to do that slow roll all the way down. And I'm going to get my spine up and tall and do that slow roll down all the way. Well, I started earlier. This was my goal. So your ultimate goal is to get your body naturally warmed up. Flexible spine. You really want to warm up your spine before doing a lot of physical activity. That's the thing. I used to be a trainer at a health club, a couple of different health clubs. Love them. They're great health clubs. Nothing against them at all. But I found that a lot of the work that I was really doing for me, that really made my body the way I wanted it to be, healthy and fit, trim, still muscular, and not afraid of a little fat. Like, what's a little fat on our bodies? We don't need to freak out and be skin and bone. We just need to have a good balanced body. Well, a lot of times the gym workout, going in there and jumping into some activity, I'd end up injured. And I even know a lot about all the anatomy and the fitness part. It's too much. So we don't need to jump into a huge workout when we're not really warm in our spine. Our spine's not flexible and ready to do that. Of course we're going to injure ourselves. So taking this time, now notice little by little, it's getting easier and easier for me to go all the way down. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down as low as I can and back up again. The ultimate goal here is to make this smooth, liquid-like motion. This liquid motion, what it is not just going because we can still air. Hello, testing. Is it good? Hey, well, there you go. Mistakes are a part of life. Are we still good? Okay, perfect. And in fact, I was just talking about that recently. Mistakes are, I make them daily. I don't know about you. Isn't that nice? You're not alone. So we're going all the way down, stretching out if you can, and all the way back up. I don't know when I lost speaker, but my point is this long, slow, liquid-like motion. Imagine you're underwater when you're doing this. And if you imagine you're underwater, you don't have to move your arms or your hands like this, but it takes out the bumps, it takes out the jolty motion, and actually creates really long, smooth, lean, and clean muscle. Really nice formed abs. Exhaling as I go back. Inhale up. Just a couple more. Now my spine is completely warmed up, like flexible, warm. Now if I want to go work my biceps, pick up some weights, do a few things that I know I would like to do for my body, I'm warm, I'm ready for it. Something to think about. All right. Oh, we were going to do a couple more abs. Yep. All the way down on the back. And we've done this one before, but it's one of my favorites because it works the abs. It also works the legs. So here we are. I'm going to roll up my spine. So I'm going to tilt my pelvis up until I'm all the way up on shoulders. And I'm going to take one leg up in the air. And what I'm going to do is modified. I might just have both my hips up and just lower the hips and lift. If I'm able to get one leg up in the air, balance those hips so one's not dropping towards the floor, level them out, and lower the hips with the legs straight up in the air. Inhale down, exhale lift. Or just let me know when it's working again. We're back. I'm just gonna hold it for the last 5 minutes. And the main thing here is I want you to breathe. Inhale down, exhale lift. And I'm gonna do the same thing other side. First, I'm gonna hug my knees, take a little break. All right, and same thing other side. So I'm gonna roll the hips up through the pelvis, and I'm gonna center my right leg a little bit, picking up the left. Inhale down, exhale lift. So it's time for ACTV and Atwood Video and Enlighten Mead Fitness to get a new mic. But meanwhile, look, you can multitask. If you're a mom at home watching this show, you can be like holding your baby. Come here, baby. Hey, you know what? I raised 5 of them, and we did things on the floor, and I think it's a really brilliant idea. It's time with your kid, and you can get a little exercise. So pretend my mic is a baby. All right, I'm gonna hug the knees again. And this is classic. I'm always reminding everyone of this one. It's so important. Drop your knees all the way over, as high as you can keep them to one side. Breathe. Now, as you're holding this, if you can, opposite shoulder, push it down towards the floor. So knees are on the floor this way. My shoulders are trying to stay down on this side. First few times doing this when your spine is tight, it's very difficult, or you may not get your knees all the way down, or you may need to lower those knees down here. Find the spot that's best for you. And same thing, other side. And dropping it over, shoulders down, knees down. Your spine at this point, after all the warming up and motion that we did, your spine is nice and comfortable and flowing freely. Great. Okay. All right. A couple of these. It's little technical difficulties happen. We can still exercise right through it. So I'm going to inhale in and exhale, extend. Inhale in. And you can always add a little flutter kick if you want to that. Flutter kick. When my spine's warmed up, my body's warmed up, I'm going to take it into scissor switch. Always making sure, remember, as in all things that we do together, remember, lower back needs to stay flat on the ground. I hope you can hear me. Are we good? Okay, good. So you can amplify and change this, make it a little harder by adding a little pulse. And the pulse, while you pulse, try what you did earlier in the episode. Pull belly button in on each breath out. It actually works to engage your muscles right at the moment when you need it most. Your exhale relieves the tension, so you don't even realize how much you're actually working. And that's kind of the beautiful thing about Pilates, yoga, all the stretching and well, we're going to end the show this way. Let's see. Tell me when I'm back on. Okay, so it's a funky mic day. But anyways, life is full of glitches, and it doesn't matter. Don't ask why. Don't ask why. Just ask what now. I'll see you next week, and hope you had fun laughing with me today. See you next time.